If you feel like Allah has stopped listening to your prayers, then stay with this story until the end. Its final moment may change the way you see your own life. Have you ever prayed for something so deeply that, after a while, you started wondering if your prayers were even reaching the heavens? Have you ever waited for years, only to see nothing change? Today's story is about a man who made the same dua for 15 years. Every day, every night, after every prayer. And then one day, something happened that taught him a powerful lesson. Allah never forgets a sincere prayer. Listen carefully until the end. In a small town lived a man named Yusuf. He was kind-hearted, hard-working, and had strong faith in Allah. But there was one thing missing from his life. He had been married for many years, yet he and his wife had no children. First he was patient. Then 1 year passed. Then 2. Then 5. People started asking questions. Relatives began giving advice. Some felt sorry for him. Others made comments that quietly hurt his heart. But every night, Yusuf would raise his hands before Allah and make the same dua. "O Allah, bless me with a righteous child." Time continued to pass. 10 years went by. Then 12. Then 15. Yet nothing changed. One night, Yusuf sat alone in a corner of the mosque. Tears filled his eyes. He looked toward the sky and whispered, "O Allah, I am not angry with you, but I do not understand why my prayer is taking so long." That night, he returned home with a strange sense of peace in his heart. He made a decision. He would never stop making dua, whether the answer came today or years later. Life continued as usual. Yusuf went to work. He came home. He prayed. And he continued asking Allah for the same blessing. Then one day, something happened that he never expected. His wife became unwell and went for a medical checkup. A few days later, the doctor asked them to come to his office. Yusuf's heart began racing. The doctor smiled and said, "Congratulations. You're going to be a father." For a few moments Yusuf couldn't speak. It felt unreal. 15 years. 15 years of prayers. And now the answer stood right in front of him. Tears streamed down his face. In his heart he said, "O Allah, you never forgot me." A few months later a baby boy was born. Their home was filled with joy. But the story was not over yet. Years passed. Yusuf raised his son with love and care. He taught him the Quran. He taught him good character. He taught him to love Allah. As time went on, the boy grew into a righteous young man who loved helping others. One day, Yusuf watched his son serving people with kindness. At that moment, a thought entered his heart. If Allah had given me this child 10 years earlier, perhaps I would not have been able to raise him the way I did. If my prayer had been answered immediately, perhaps I would not have become the person I am today. That was the day Yusuf truly understood something important. Allah had never rejected his dua. Allah had simply been preparing him, and his future child, for the perfect time. Sometimes we think delay means rejection. But with Allah, delay does not always mean no. Sometimes Allah has already accepted your prayer. Perhaps the most beautiful answer to your prayer is already on its way. So hold on to patience. Hold on to faith. And continue trusting Allah. Because His timing is always more beautiful than our own.